Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the podcast that pulls back the curtain, that dissects the strikes, the submissions, and the controversial decisions. We're coming to you live from the Empty the Bench Network. We are diving deep into the world of mixed martial arts. Get ready for the unfiltered takes, the expert analysis, and the raw, unadulterated passion for the fight game. These are your hosts, two of the most knowledgeable voices in the sport. The one, the only, Zain Bando, and the undisputed, the always insightful, Jack Gold. This is the MMA Outsiders.
What's going on, everybody?
How we doing? We're back. It's been a couple weeks, but we're here, right?
We're here. Listen, on me, we've been talking about the move for a long time. I had to make things official last week. Was out and about a little too much, covering some events, doing some fight stuff, but we're back. In hindsight, good week to miss because UFC London was dog shit.
Yeah, it was not great, so it ended up working out well for the best of us, but hope you all are doing well. I'm Zain Bando. He's Jack Gold. We'll take you through the world of combat sports for the next 30 or so minutes on this fine Thursday. It is Thursday, March 26th, 2026. We're feeling good. It's a little bit windy where we are. The Cubs are playing opening day right now against the Nationals, trailing 1-0, but couldn't be much better. When do you say so?
I'm happy. Life's good. Weather's warming up. It's a little gray outside. Like if I watch this, I'm gonna turn my light off and you'll see nice and gray out, nice and dark. It looks like it's nighttime, but
yeah, it's extremely gray by me too. So that,
but 65 degrees, can't complain about that.
Hey, 65 degrees isn't bad. We wish we could take that every day of the week, considering where we live at this point. As the spring starts to ramp up, right?
Oh, 100%. I love a good like spring fall day. You feel me? Like 65, 70, sunny.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Breeze.
Absolutely. Extremely well said. Before we take you guys through everything here in the world of combat sports, let's take care of some particulars. Please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the ETB Network. To do so, please go to youtube.com/ETB Network. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. That way you guys know that you like every single episode of this show. This, in fact, is episode 161 at the time that this is streaming live to several different platforms, including his YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, the ETB Network YouTube channel, my Twitter account, the ETB Network Twitter account, the ETB Sports Twitter account, the Outsiders Twitter account, as well as the Bandage Breakdowns account as well. So we're everywhere, and we here are a lot of places. Thankfully, now we have the number up to 80. So shout out to the 80 people that are already in here, and we haven't even done anything yet.
I love you all.
That's where yes, we love you all. We will take your questions. If you guys have any over the next little bit, we'll do our best to answer anything you guys have. But yeah, shout out to all of you guys that are in here.
And our loyal guy, Skunt Punch, he already saw the thumbnail this morning, saw it waiting. Said badass thumbnail art. Let's go, Nick Morganson. Him.
Yeah, thank you guys for all your support. Again, we greatly appreciate it because we couldn't do any of this without you. But to start here, I'm Zain Bando, a staff writer for MMAknockout.com. You can check out all my work every single month, every couple of days over there on the On Sports Illustrated vertical. We've been a little bit of on a bit of a I guess you could say a quieter note in the post White House fever, if you will, but we're still putting out consistent content. You'll see one more story from me probably tomorrow, as I do every single Friday. It's a weekly tradition where I tell you all the stakes, the betting odds, how to watch every UFC event. It's been a staple of my repertoire every month, probably for almost the last 2 years. I think I've done how to watch every single week for them for a really long time. So you'll see that as my last story of the month before we move into a bit of a busier April on the combat sports front. And then Jack Gold, my guy, has been a little bit busy everywhere. He's preparing for a move, but he's also been covering some cards. Jack, because we don't talk about this all the time, I have to know just kind of what you're up to, because obviously we're on totally different schedules. So,
No,
what's going on with you these days since the last time we did one of these?
Last time since we did one of these, so we've been talking about it a little bit. I'm moving to Georgia. Last week I drove what would have been 12 hours, took 15, had to tinkle a couple times, hit some traffic, but had to drive to Atlanta and back, and got to drive through some beautiful cities. Got to drive through Indianapolis. I had never seen downtown Indy before. Got to drive through Louisville. Hadn't seen that in a very long time. Got to drive through Nashville, had never been there. Had got to drive through Chattanooga, had been there when I was like 10 years old. Got to Georgia, had a good time, covered NFC 186. And what was a real highlight of the week, shout out to my boy Junior Matos, Roger. He had a fight this weekend at NFC. Didn't particularly go his way. Now, I think, unbiased, I think he won the fight. It was an amateur, so it was 9 minutes. Junior landed the better shots. Junior landed more shots, but Buddy came to hold him against the cage with nothing following up behind it. But regardless, I was able to be there for the weight cut with him on Thursday. I was able to be there with the weigh-ins on Thursday. Got to go to the fight backstage with him Friday. Got to hang out. Got to see a couple cool people. Got to meet Eric Anders and Cody Durden.
That's cool. Were they in his corner or something like
No,
that?
they were just there having a good time. They were just out and about. And
that one knockout you posted looked really brutal.
It was really brutal. Shout out to, I believe it's Joshua Howell.
Yes, that's correct. Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't get to meet him, but saw him in passing, and I was at the point of the night. My microphone had died, so my apologies to NFC. I didn't know if I was going down to do media. I found out the day of. I brought my microphone. It died at the very beginning of the night. So I scrounged together a couple videos, did a fight night video for Junior, but one I was having fun with that I didn't know I was going to post. Me and my good friend Philip, we were out in the crowd having a fun time, just kind of talking around because our friend Simeo, best videographer in the world, he was around. And then all of a sudden, Joshua Howell gets like it. Besides Aaron Pico's spinning elbow and maybe Usman's knockout, the best knockout I'd ever seen in my life. Only because, and I felt bad, but Buddy was out cold for like 5 minutes. Like, got head kick through the guard, boom, and just insane atmosphere in the place. It was a great finish, and congratulations to him, and it was a great night. I love NFC. I love Jesse and Jamie Wable. I love David Oblas.
Do they only, so I'm not familiar with the promotion. Do they only do Southern Regional MMA, or do they go everywhere?
So it's just in Georgia, funnily enough, I believe.
Okay.
So if I'm looking at their last couple events, it's Alpharetta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Athens, Georgia, Alpharetta, Georgia, Atlanta, Alpharetta, Atlanta, Alpharetta, Athens, Atlanta, Buford, Sewell. So it's Georgia only, but they're pretty consistent. They're at least 1 or 2 cards a month, and it'll be a good thing. I'll be hopefully covering a lot more of those events.
Yeah, I hope the same for you too, and that's going to be it's going to be really awesome. So I'm excited to hear everything you got coming up. And just as a reminder, you can listen to all the old OG episodes of the MMA Outsiders wherever you get your podcast. Now that it's a live show, there is no audio version of this anymore. But if you want to listen to the early history of this show, and who knows, we may even do an audio only version of a best of at the end of the year if we have time to do that. But if you want the old history of the MMA Outsiders, I guess the 2022 to mid 2025 version, which went through. Let's see now. You're now the 4th different co-host. It's done this with me in almost 4 years. So it's gone through a pretty wild history. But if you want all the old OG archives, you can get those over wherever you get your podcasts as well. Let's get into the show today because we have a lot to get to in such a short amount of time. Let's keep this first topic really brief because we haven't been on in a couple weeks. What do you think were some of the biggest highlights in combat sports during the 2 weeks that we were gone?
So let me look at the UFC schedule here because we had UFC. Let me actually say this. I know exactly what I want to start off with. So
Okay.
UFC London was a bit of a letdown,
guess
but
you
I
can
would
move
say
over.
a definite highlight that came from it is Chanel Dyer, I believe, is a real prospect. I believe Mason Jones versus Axel Sola was the best fight of the year.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt. That was an insane fight, especially round 3 was unbelievable.
The whole fight was unbelievable. Like, it was just, I loved it. It was awesome. But what I really want to talk about is March 14th, what we led up to in our show 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
That card lived up to the hype. And
That card was awesome. That's probably the best fight night card of the year, if not one of the best cards of the whole year, period.
I was going to say maybe I would say it's the best fight night. I'm looking through them right now. It was better than Mexico. It was better than Houston. It was better than Bautista Oliveira. Best fight night of the year. And, like, is it crazy for me to say it was even better than UFC 325?
No, it really isn't. I mean, I'd say it was better than 326. I would probably say that card. So I'd probably say that card is probably number 2 for me behind.
You know what? 325 was good. 324 was good.
I'd say 324 for me would be number 1, and the card you just referenced, the March 14th fight night, for me was number 2.
Yeah, I would say it would probably go 324, 325 looking back on it. But then after that, March 14th, Apex above 326 for sure. Because, I mean, Kevin Vallejos, I know people are pissed. I mean, I don't want to say pissed, but he ran through him. But it's like, I would rather. He ran through him,
but my counter argument to those people is, what else is he supposed to do against a guy that's 40 plus years old and was still kind of in or approaching 40? I think he was 41 or 39. I can't remember.
But it's he's still a great. My thing is just like people were acting like Emmett's bad, and it's like Emmett has fought everybody.
He's not. He's old, and as you just said, he's literally fought at everybody, including a current champion at the moment. So
it's just like one of those things where it's like he took Elia to a decision, right? He just fought Zalal and got submitted. It happens. Got submitted versus Yair. But, like, he doesn't get knocked out. Vallejos just torched him. Then the co-main event was a little stinky. But then after that, Fili Delgado, fun fight. Maybe stunted the hype train of Jose Delgado a little bit. Still got the win.
I think it kind of did.
But a fun fight. Marwan Rahiki versus Harry Hardwick. Cinema. I think it showed that Harry Hardwick was meant to be in the UFC, but I think it shows that Marwan Rahiki is that motherfucker for real. Because, like, that fight was awesome. What did you think?
Oh yeah, that fight was sick. I'm telling you, the whole main card was unreal.
Ion Cutelaba submitting Umar Sy, never would have seen that coming ever.
No way.
Charles Johnson winning a decision. I don't know about that one.
I don't think he won.
Oralby got the most takedowns in a fight ever. Petrino versus Asplund was hilarious. Elijah Smith versus Su Young Yu was super fun. Manuel Souza versus Balagioki was awesome.
I could not imagine what it would have been like to physically be in that building in that night because I bet a lot of those people had absolute complete blast.
I know people who were there that said that was the best fighting experience they've ever been at. Anders versus Tavares was fun. Bia Mesquita torched Rendon. Sosa versus Lacerda was fun. Piero Rodriguez versus Hughes was whatever, but that was the only bad fight besides the co-main event.
It makes my UFC Vegas 98 experience feel like an appetizer and make that card feel like the main meal or something like that, the main 3/4 meal or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that was awesome. But, like, overall, I would say that card was phenomenal in London. I had, like, the only other, I wouldn't even call these highlights. Like, I thought, just quick notes. I know if you want to pull up the UFC London recap, I know we got that little going on. We can
Sure. Okay.
Fly through this. I'll pull it
Okay.
up.
No problem. No problem.
And then because
By the way, I think if I did my math correctly, I think I beat you by one fight last week. I won 9 of them.
I went 9-4 as well.
Oh, who did? Which one did you get right that you might have changed?
My losses were MVP, Curtis Campbell, who I wish I changed back because I had Danny Silva. I picked Ola, and I picked Mario Kita.
Okay, hang on.
You're not Mario Kita. Wait, hold on a minute. You might be right. Let me take a game.
I had you at 8-5, but
let me take a look here.
Sure.
1, 2, 2-1, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. You're right. I got 5 wrong.
Yeah, I beat you by 1.
Yes, you did. I went 8-5. I'm dumb. Shamrock, you ruined me.
That's why. That was the difference between 9-4 and 8-5. There you go.
Here, throw that screen sharing up real quick. Okay, just quick run through. Main event. Entertaining-ish. I personally had it 47-47, but I'm almost happier it wasn't a draw because that means Gene Silva would be getting a title shot that he would not deserve at all. And I can live with the Movzar.
I didn't watch it live as it was happening because I was over seeing my cousins, but I watched the highlights, the condensed 25-minute version that Paramount has, and I thought they got the decision right, but just barely. Like, I'm one of those people too where I was in the camp that I would have been okay with the draw.
See, I thought it was, and the difference is round 1, right? Like, I thought even though Lerone was on the back foot, he was just landing more. I would say they landed about the same. They both landed big kicks. They both landed nice little stingy punches to the head. What people are saying the big difference was that Movzar was moving forward and he landed 2 body kicks that were like loud.
Yeah.
But I gave Lerone 1 and 2, and I gave Movzar 3, 4, and 5, with 4 being a point deduction. However, I can see, and I don't think it's a robbery to say Movzar got round 1 as well.
See, that's our only difference is I had Movzar round 1. That's why I thought he won.
And then in the co-main event, I thought Luke Riley won, but people be crazy, man. I thought Michael Aswell won round 1 of this fight. Luke Riley, I don't know how good he is. He made a post afterwards saying, "Oh, I wish I could do a Scouse accent," but it's like, "I'm taking your head off, Kevin Vallejos." And Buddy better watch his mouth, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, because I think Vallejos would finish that guy. That's what
easy. MVP versus Sam Patterson, equivalent to Francis Ngannou to Derek Lewis.
I mean, it was pretty darn close. I mean, it was certainly not close as in comparison. It certainly was not a very exciting fight.
33-25. 11-20. All right, not quite as bad. But, yeah, that one was stinky. Iwo knocks out Austin Lane in the first punch he lands. I like Iwo. CLD.
I thought it was decent.
Yeah, it was just quick. CLD versus Roman Dolidze. It's like Christian Leroy Duncan. You should be finishing him. You should be so good. But like every time we watch him fight, it's like, man, you really aren't good at the simple stuff, huh? You're really good at doing the flying and spinning shit. But it's like, throw a 1-2-3. Throw a 1-2 head kick. But Roman Dolidze flops around like a fish for the first 2 rounds and finally gets a hold of him in the 3rd round, kind of gets a hold of him in the 1st round. I thought it was 2-1 Duncan. What did you think?
I thought the same.
Danny Silva. Fuck, man. This was the one fight that from the moment it was booked, I'm like, Danny Silva's going to win. Danny Silva's going to win. And then fight week, I folded. I'm like, I'm picking the English guy. Danny Silva fucking smoked him out. I should have known better.
Yeah, you should have, because you got that one wrong, my guy.
I know. Who did you pick?
Who did I pick? Let's see. Who did I take?
Hey, don't be saying I should have picked better, because you picked him too.
I did?
Yes, you did. I'm looking at it right here.
No way.
Yahweh.
Shoot, I really did, didn't I?
Loser. Turn that back around on you. We both suck. Mason Jones Axel Solo, we talked about a little bit already. Phenomenal. Nathaniel Wood, low seed.
That's right. Yeah. We did. You're exactly right. We did.
Nathaniel Wood versus Lothian Kita. Man, I'm really happy Wood got the win. I'm cool getting a pick wrong when Nathaniel Wood wins.
You're cool with it?
I would rather have one L on the night and have Nathaniel Wood win. I love Nathaniel Wood. And I think he's been done rather dirty. Like, I think he should be a ranked featherweight for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Mario Pinto versus Felipe Franco. That shit sucked. I would say halted the Pinto hype train a little bit.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Montas Condravicius versus Tricoli. This shit. Montas was looking all right the first 9 minutes, then he death gassed.
I know.
So he's not a real prospect. Brando Parachis versus Louis Sutherland. What a wonderful minute 50 of fighting.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
Louis Sutherland came out there and he was just like, fuck it, I'm coming after you. And Brando just kind of shut that shit down and TKO'd him.
You sure did.
Abdul Karim Al-Sawadi versus Shamrock. My fuck, man. Grapple. I'm an elite grappler. Well, then fucking shoot a takedown, goddammit. Fuck. We need Shamrock versus Anshul Jubilee now. And the first fight of the night, Chanel Dyer, my girl. I'm happy she won. I love Bae.
Why do you love her?
Bro, did you watch her on regionals?
Not really.
She's so sick. She's so sick. Hold on. Give me a minute here. I'm going to pull up. I need to find a head kick knockout for you real quick. Because you're going to poop your pants.
Okay.
This is actually the PFL, funnily enough.
Oh, then if it is, then I think I've seen it, but you can play it again.
Here, I'm going to get it. I'm going to go boom. 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 We're working, people. We're working. Pause. Thank you, composer. Bang. 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 So, I mean, this was later.
Whoa.
She's so sick. Anyway.
Sure is.
What was your grade for UFC London?
Straight C. How about you, my guy?
D+.
Really?
D+.
How come?
That shit was ass, cuh. It was just way too much boring compared to the hype we got. D+.
Okay, yeah, I'd give it a C because some of the earlier fights were decent.
They were okay. I don't want to be oh, it was the worst. But I feel D+ is fair amongst my grading. I have a D- this year. I think this will be my second D+.
Yeah, second one.
But yeah, well, moving forward, What do we got cooking, Mr. Zain?
So moving forward, we've got a major burning question, which nobody seems to know the answer to, because it's everywhere. It's all over social media. Apparently, Conor McGregor is coming back. He posted the other day. It's this like promo video of him, as well as a bunch of things that the rumors are allegedly true. July 11th, UFC, whatever it's going to be, probably 329, UFC 330. July 11th in Vegas, International Fight Week. What do we think? Smoke and mirrors? Is it happening? According to Ariel, it's happening as long as something open, quote unquote, disastrous does not occur. So what do we think?
I think we've been playing this cat and mouse game for a while.
Okay.
And I think Jack's the all ball knower of all ball knower. However, I do believe that Conor McGregor is going to fight July 11th.
You do.
And if he doesn't,
he's never fighting again.
I swear to God, never fighting again. However, with the context clues going around what's happening in the MMA space, it's been dull, but if you've been locked in a little bit.
Oh, I've been locked in. You know that.
I'm talking to the viewers. Come on now. We got the MVP card got announced, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Nate Diaz is on that card, who we all thought was going to be Conor's opponent.
Right. Then he got an offer that he allegedly couldn't refuse.
And then, so let's say Nate is off the table, right? In our heads, it was like, oh, it was like either Nate, it was either Jorge Masvidal, it was either Max Holloway, or it was
Carlos Prates.
Yeah, or Prates, which axe that shit ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
Or Chandler, that shit ain't happening. Right. So it's just like, okay. So now with Nate, the number one option, off the table, and Jorge Masvidal coming out saying, I had an offer for the Netflix card and declining it because the UFC had something in store for him. If you're doing the math, what I've been saying for the longest time, if Conor's coming back, he has to fight another unk. Jorge and Nate were those unks.
I don't think Masvidal is the fight because he admitted on a live stream the other day that that's not what was on the table potentially.
Interesting. Well, because for me, if I'm looking at if Conor's comebacks fights, I can see them doing Max Holloway.
Which, by the way, Holloway keeps posting training footage. So people are starting to speculate.
Wouldn't you think with like Holloway would cook his shit right now?
Oh, I know. I'd pick him. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Not even pick him. He'd be like minus 1,000.
No, I know that. I'm aware. Oh yeah.
So it's just like I don't think the UFC want now. Fuck me. What do I know? But I don't want the UFC to. I don't think UFC would want to put him in a not winnable fight. So, like, in my thing would have to be an unk. Like, do they do Donald Cerrone 2? Do they do Michael Chandler after White House and he says, fuck it, I'm turning it around? Does he do Jorge Masvidal? Because, like, if Jorge comes back, who the fuck is he going to fight? Like, that's, you know what I mean?
So, here's my theory about Masvidal, and in fact, that's a perfect segue to this. I think because he's been complaining so much about not getting a fight, I think Masvidal Covington is the fight.
I don't think so. I don't think
Interesting.
So.
Why not?
Like, if I'm just Masvidal's team,
okay,
why would you want that fight?
Well, if I recall, didn't he lose the first time the only time they fought, right?
And then he went out and sucker punched him in the street and got arrested.
That's right. Yeah.
But also, tell me, there was a single second of that Colby versus Masvidal fight at UFC 272. I remember
this too.
That Jorge Masvidal was winning. 1 second in a 25-minute fight.
Like late in the fourth round, right?
Yeah, just one hook, bumped into a knee, got right back up. I'm on your ass. So I just don't see Masvidal. Why would he come back to know he's going to get wrestle fucked? Like,
okay, well, how about this outlier? What about Kamaru Usman?
Same thing.
It doesn't seem like he has a fight booked at the moment.
Like if I'm Masvidal and if I'm McGregor and if I'm the UFC in separate situations, it's just like I'm coming back to fight a guy who's not going to take me down, who's also old. That's the requirements. Like, we are going to have a striking match, and I don't want to be a plus 500 underdog. Like, I feel like if I'm their teams, that's the requirement. So, like, if you come in and put Jorge versus Kamaru, well, Kamaru just absolutely fucking dogged number 7. Right. He's still elite.
And he's already beat him before. He knocked him out.
Yeah, twice. Just knocked him out. He comes back and fights someone else, like who throw another name out there. Let's say Conor. It's like Conor, I don't know who would be the favorite. Probably Conor, I think. But it's just like
Conor, I think would, because Masvidal has not competed in haven't they not competed in MMA in kind of the same amount of time anyway?
Yeah, like it's just one of those weird things. But it's like I just don't know. Like, let's say Masvidal comes back and he fights Buckley. Do you think he beats Buckley? No.
No, I know. I actually think Buckley finishes him.
Like, let's say he comes back. Like, the thing is, it's like we've seen that Gilbert Burns is no longer Gilbert Burns. And this version of Gilbert Burns beat Jorge Masvidal.
Right.
So it's just like you could say, okay, I'm going to give Jorge Masvidal to any of the top 15. He doesn't win.
No. So it leaves you with very few options.
Wonder Boy, Masvidal versus Wonder Boy.
Haven't we already seen that?
Yeah, but they said it was close. They want to do a rematch. Like, that's the type of fights I'm thinking. Like, I just don't know. Like, I wouldn't come back to be fed to Pratis. I wouldn't come back to fight MVP. I wouldn't come back to fight Sean Brady, Buckley. Like, there's just not. I feel like it makes too much sense for Masvidal versus McGregor, but I don't know if they do it.
I don't know if they do it either, because it goes back to a very old quote from 2019. I may be predating you a little bit from when you started fully paying attention to this, although I could be wrong in assuming that, so please correct me. I just remember in 2019, someone asked them, meaning the UFC, if they'd be interested, and Dana said that Masvidal was too big for Conor. So they've never been interested in the fight. So
I do remember that, but I also think times have changed and Conor got on the fucking sauce. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
In what world does Conor make 55 anymore? I don't think he can. So now
and he even said the only weight he'd come back at is 170.
So it's just like, it's not like Masvidal's a huge 170er.
No, he's not.
He's 5'10".
Yeah, and I think he's fought at 85 before too.
But he's got a shorter reach. Like, I think that's a fight that makes sense. I don't know, though. I don't know.
I would say if you were to ask me right now who he'd fight, I mean, you got to give him. I think you have to give him. You have to give him a name. That's number one. It's got to be a name people know. I'd say my choices right now, if I were to guess, this is not including Conor in the discussion, and because he says Conor was allegedly not a part of it, which I don't know if I believe that. I'd say it would be Covington, which I think would sell on its own, although it's been sold before and the fight wasn't very good. So I'd say him. I would say this is going to sound weird. I would say it's him. I would say it's Carlos Prates, and I would say the third option is probably if I were to just throw something out in left field. I mean, I'd say maybe, and this is not even great, but I'd say Buckley would be my third choice. I just don't see McGregor being a part of it. I see the only fight that McGregor comes back for is Holloway for the you can't even do a BM. Well, actually, I would say it'll be
Holloway at 70.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say you can't even do Oliveira because he's a natural 155er. I was going to say if they wanted to do the BMF, but I honestly don't know what you would do in this case. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it makes too much sense for those two. But moving forward, I feel like we're rambling a little bit. Netflix, we got the card. We're screen sharing.
You wanna pull up the card?
It's already up, baby.
So May 16th, it's a better card than the UFC Fight Night card. We can objectively say that because there's names in it. What's up?
I said for now.
For right now, I mean, dude, there's names in every fight on this card. Is what I'm trying to get at.
I would say the top 2 rows are awesome.
I mean, you want to talk about a card where they made the best available. I mean, this is it. Although they don't have it in the right order, shouldn't Rousey Carano be on the left?
Well, if you read here, it's because if I am reading this correctly,
okay,
double main event, and then Rousey's in the middle. I think they're doing it where like this is the feature fight. And then
I think so too.
This is the co-main, but it's the double main.
Interesting. Okay.
And then these guys are the headliner.
Okay.
But like this row right here, Saladin Parnas versus Kenny Cross. Hey, your boy knew about this one.
Well, I knew about this one too.
And I'm very excited for Kenny. I think this is going to be a really fun fight. Parnas is like one of the best prospects out of the UFC for a long time now. And Kenny, I feel the same way. Like he won on Contender, retired a 10-0 guy, didn't get signed. He was 10-3 at the time, and now he's 17-4.
Dude, that Lorenz Larkin Jason Jackson fight is awesome.
We'll get there. We got Junior Dos Santos versus Robelis de Spain.
Could we see a vintage JDS performance? I could see it.
I could see Robelis just knocking him out silly, or does JDS grapple? That's my thing. Can he lay on him? Mokaev versus Adriano Moraes, banger.
It's a great fight.
Fantastic fight. Lorenz Larkin, Jason Jackson.
Something tells me if Mokaev is impressive, I think he'll start talking to the UFC again. That's my I guess. I see a world where everybody makes up and he ends up returning to the UFC. That's what I think, because I think flyweight desperately needs him.
Maybe. Lorenz Larkin versus Jason Jackson, like you were saying, banger. I can see it being a little bit dull, though, if Jason Jackson holds him against the fence.
Yeah, I agree.
An Hamid Fazil versus Jake Babian. I'm not familiar with either of them, but
I'm not either.
David McGoyan we're familiar with from the Contender Series this year. He fought Tommy McMillan.
Yep, I remember.
He's fighting Albert Morales, who's not the best, but McGoyan will get the job done probably.
And Alex Pereira's sister's on the card.
Versus BKFC fighter Jade Mason Wong.
Yep.
And then Nate Diaz gets his boy Chris Avila on the card.
Yeah. I wonder who he's fighting, because we don't know.
Yeah, but pretty awesome card. On paper, I'm giving this an A.
Yeah, I'm giving it an A too. I'd give it a 9. I give it a 9.6 out of 10 with who was available and how many just major names you were able to get. Nate Diaz, Ronda Rousey, Francis Ngannou, Junior Dos Santos, Muhammad Mokaev. I mean, those are some names right there.
Rice, Larkin, Jackson, like those are all names. Like literally every name in the top 2 rows. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, put together a stellar card only on Netflix from the Intuit Dome, and tickets are relatively inexpensive. The cheapest ticket for this thing is $60. So if you're in the area and you haven't been to an MMA event in a long time, you should consider going. If I was in the area, there's no doubt I'd go to that. I'd go to that in a heartbeat. Absolutely, I'd go to that.
I've been considering it for a minute. So ever since I knew Kenny was on there, I was like, we've had good luck together. I've been there for the last 4 fights or 3 fights, 3-0.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I'm aware.
But we'll have to see. It's expensive getting out to Los Angeles.
I've been to, let's see now, one of his last 3 fights. So
that was together. I'm going to make a Kenny Cross at it later today or tomorrow, I believe. But that fight where we met Kenny Cross in Milwaukee,
yes, sir.
I've ever seen.
By the way, speaking of XFC, they're coming back to Iowa at the end of April. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Mm-hmm.
But moving forward here, we've got about 15, 20 minutes left in the show. UFC Seattle this weekend. We've got to get our picks up, Zain.
Yes, sir. We have to get predictions in. So let's pull up the card and let's run through it and see if we can pick some of these fights. What do we have? A 13 fight batch this week? What do we got?
Fight batch this week. And if I'm not mistaken, with an 8-5 record of last week, I'm now 73-30.
That's correct.
With a 9-4 record last week, you're now 59-44.
That's exactly right. Yep. That's exactly right. Yep.
And you got to do some work to catch up here, but
hey, man, that's why they do 43 shows. We have plenty of time. So,
but we're looking good right now.
By the way, just as a spoiler alert, in case you didn't know this, UFC Freedom Fights 250. Your boy over here did the math. That'll be the 19th UFC event of the year. Just as a heads up.
Interesting.
So we have a while to go, but it's going to be event number 19. In case you didn't know that. So the countdown to the White House card continues, but just for full transparency's sake, it will be event number 19 of the year, barring anything unforeseen. So.
And I'm coming to be the greatest picks of them all. I want to be the guru.
To be 6-0 on that card is what you're saying.
On every card. I want to end this year in the 70 percentile.
That's a good goal. Hey, I ended the year 58% last year, so let's see how I fare the rest of the way.
Last year was bad. I think I was 62.8 or something like that.
You were 62.8, but you won a good majority of your fights though. But by the way though, Jack, before we get into this card, just to let you know, in case you didn't know this, because your boy over here has been keeping track, we have you're up on me by 1 fight in the main event category. So going into this card, you're 5-3 and I'm 4-4. So we're still going to be neck and neck in the headliner category, I think, for quite some time. What do you think?
I think so too. But getting into it. UFC Seattle, Alexa Tainara taking on Bruna Brazil. I'm taking the -700 favorite, Alexa Tainara.
I'm taking Tainara by decision. What do you think?
I can see Tainara by submission here, but I'm also going to say decision.
Okay.
In the next fight, we got Ricky Simone taking on Adrian Yanez. Now, this fight, very close in odds. Ricky Simone only about -145. I will be taking Ricky Simone.
Yeah, I could see that being the case as well, but I do think Ricky Simone does enough. I do agree with that.
I'm taking him by decision.
Okay.
Next up at -620, we got Navajo Sterling taking on Bruno Lopez. I'm going with Navajo.
Oh, wait, I'm just curious. Who fell out? Was it Kanji or Barboza? What would have been the first fight of the night?
It would have been Cagliari. No.
Oh, really? Okay.
There were whoa. There's a whole lot of different fights on here. So who we got? We got Bruna Brazil. So Stephanie Luciano is fighting Tainara, but Luciano fell out, so Brazil stepped in.
Okay. I'm just curious, what happened to the Zhu Kangji fight? What happened to the fight?
Zhu broke his nose.
Oh, okay.
So the cancellations are Sam Sanchez tore his labrum or something.
That one I knew about. I remember
Carol
that.
Foro was fighting Luciano. Carol Foro popped, and then Luciano was scheduled to fight Tainara, but then Luciano withdrew. So now it's just a whole new fight of Tainara versus Brazil. Chiesa was supposed to fight Carlston Harris. Harris had visa issues. King Ji Zhu fighting Mauricio Barbosa. Zhu got hurt. I need to refresh my memory on who this is. Oh, Road UFC guy. Got you.
Got you. Okay.
And I don't think he's on this card anymore.
Oh, interesting. No, he's not. He's not. I was just curious because originally that fight was supposed to be. So
yeah, so just not on the card anymore. But next up, we got all three on the left here. I'm going Tainara, decision. Simone, decision. Sterling, knockout.
Yeah, I got Sterling. What round do you have him in though?
Round 2.
See, I've got him in the opener. I think it's going to be a quick fight.
In the next fight, Casey O'Neill
round 1
taking on Gabriela Fernandez. Now, Gabriela Fernandez is the slight favorite here. Give me Gabriela Fernandez.
See, I think Casey O'Neill grinds it out because she needs a win to not only stay relevant, but to get her 2026 off on the right foot. She hasn't fought as impressively as she should have over the last couple of years, and I think she rebounds. So we disagree there.
Next up, Marcin Tybura taking on Tyrell Fortune. Who you got?
Well, it depends on what version of Fortune shows up. And UFC jitters, I think, are a real thing. But I'm actually going to take Fortune. How about you?
I'm taking Marcin Tybura. Decision.
Okay.
Next up, Chase Hooper taking on Lance Gibson.
I got Chase Hooper. How about you?
I'm also going to take Chase Hooper, but I'm scared to take Chase Hooper.
Okay.
I think Gibson, I don't know. I don't think Gibson's all that, but I don't think Chase is all that either, but I think if he can get it to the ground, he's going to be fine.
Okay.
Next up, Tofik Musayev taking on Ignacio Bahamondes. I'm going with Bahamondes by submission, round 1.
I got the same pick as you. I think Musayev is good, but I think this is a different level of comp for him, and I don't think he'll look very good. He may look good early in the fight, but I think once it gets to the floor, it's going to be pretty dangerous.
Terrence McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. Terrence McKinney is now a minus 200 favorite in this fight.
McKinney's due for a fun finish, and I think he gets it. What do you think?
I don't know. Give me Kyle Nelson.
By what?
Finish round 2 or 3.
Okay.
Fuck. Next up, we've got Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belgarari. I'm going with Yusri by decision.
I am taking the same thing.
Next up, Julian Erosa versus Le'Veon Douglas. I know you say there's UFC jitters. I know the Contender Series curse is alive and proud right now, but give me Le'Veon Douglas by knockout.
See, I don't agree. Give me Juicy J by a conservative decision.
Next up, we have Michael Chiesa taking on Nico Price. Give me Michael Chiesa by submission.
I think the same, and he goes out at home in impressive fashion, and I think this is the fight that gets Nico Price cut. What do you think?
100%. In the co-main event, we have Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso.
Wait a minute. Before you even make a pick, before you even make a pick on this fight, does Macy Barber show up? Are we getting a fight, or is it going to be the Apex with Blanchfield all over again?
I'm going to say we get a fight, but it's valid.
Are we sure, man? Are we positive?
No, I'm saying 51% Macy Barber makes weight and shows up.
Well, in this spot, you got to take the former flyweight champion, no?
I'm taking Barber.
What?
I'm taking Barber. I don't love how passive Alexa has looked in her last couple of fights.
Fair enough. So we disagree there. And then finally, the main event of the evening, Style Bender versus Body Bags. Adesanya needs a win in the worst way possible. If Pyfer wins, it's the biggest win name value wise of his entire career. You taking the kid from Philly, or you taking the guy that used to be the scariest guy at 185 and now is a shell of his former self? Who you got? Who you got?
I want to know who you got.
See, I think this is a must-win spot for Adesanya, and I think he beats Joe Pyfer.
I'm going with Joe Pyfer.
Wow. I mean, not to be that guy, but it feels like if he loses to Joe Pyfer, he's going down the Chuck Liddell route, where you don't know what version of Adesanya you'll get for the rest of his career.
It's just I can see, dude, like I can just vision Israel Adesanya leg kicking and moving and staying away, being perfect. And then just gets fucking dinked by nothing. Just ting. And he goes, oh, fuck. And then the second that happens, it's like, oh, no. Fang, fang. Like, or I could see Pyfer taking him down, submitting him. Like, the problem is, it's like, I think Izzy's going to win so many minutes. But I think Pyfer does eventually hurt him or get him down or... I don't know. I hate picking Pyfer, but I have to. Okay, I'm gonna go knockout round 1.
So final run through of your picks, who you got, and go and go. You can go fast, but kind of go slow. At the same time, that way I have all of them accounted for, and then I'll do the same for me as well.
Okay, I'm going with Joe Pyfer by knockout.
Okay.
I'm going with Macy Barber by decision.
Okay.
I'm going with Michael Chiesa by submission. I'm going with Le'Veon Douglas by knockout. I'm going with Yusri Belgarari by decision.
Okay.
I'm going with Kyle Nelson by TKO.
Okay.
I'm going with Bahamondes by submission.
Okay.
I'm going Hooper by submission.
Okay.
I'm going Tybura decision.
Okay.
I'm going Fernandez decision.
Okay.
I'm going Sterling by knockout.
Okay.
I'm going Simone by decision, and I'm going Tainara by submission.
Okay, that's not bad. We disagree on some of these, but we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do.
I think it should be good.
So let me go through mine now that I have them all accounted for.
Hang on. Let me pull that back up. Quick trigger. It's in the share window.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, let's do it.
Bang.
Okay, so my predictions, they look a little different, but we're going through them. We got Adesanya in the main event. We've got Grasso. We've got Chiesa. We've got Juicy J, Belgarari, McKinney, Bahamondes, Hooper, Fortune, O'Neal, Sterling, Simone, and Tainara. So we'll see. We went 9-4 last week. Maybe we do 1 or 2 fights better. Who the hell knows? I've had some weeks where I've only lost 1. So you never know. So maybe this is the week where we get really, really scorching hot. We'll see.
I'm going perfect.
You think you will?
I'm going 100% perfect. Guaranteed.
Okay, I'll make you a deal. If you go perfect, the next time I see you, I'll buy you whatever you want.
Deal. I'll give you the same. I'll give you the same deal back.
Okay, so you will buy me whatever I want if I go perfect?
That's right.
Okay, so it's on record. Let's move on now to the other card that's taking place Saturday night. We have PFL Pittsburgh, the first major MMA event in Pittsburgh in 9 years. And yeah, let's let's see if we could go to that now as we pull
We
it
got it up.
here.
Here we go.
We've got a pretty interesting card with some names on this card for sure. It's the first PFL event in the United States for this year, and it's the first PFL US event under John Martin's regime. Are you excited for this card, or are you like, I'll tune in once the end of the main card rolls around? How we feeling about this ESPN offering here, my guy? What do we think? ESPN two, I mean.
I would have liked if it was Friday night.
Same here.
That's my first thought.
Well, but, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Can I tell you why it had to be Saturday night?
Why did it have to be Saturday night?
Can I enlighten you about this?
Enlighten me.
Women's college basketball March Madness, my guy. Too many games.
You know ball.
So I'm just saying the only way they could have done Friday night realistically is if they put it on ESPN Unlimited. But if they had done that, then none of the fights would have been on regular TV. That's the only thing. So there you go. Now you know.
Now you know. The more you know. Now starting off, we've got Ethan Goss versus Frederick Duproix. I think this is an easy pick. Give me Frederick.
I would agree with that. Are you taking Frederick though? Are you taking him by decision? How are we picking it?
If I remember correctly, he's a submission kind of guy, but I'll go decision.
So you like Frederick? You like Frederick in the first fight?
Yes, I do.
Submission in what round? Because by the way, just fair warning, we might agree on a lot of these picks. Just as a fair warning. So.
Oh yeah, all nine by submission. Give me round 2.
So isn't this Josh Fremd's PFL debut, if I'm not mistaken, or no? Or am I
Josh Fremd versus Al-Sawali. Who you taking?
Yeah, well, Al-Sawali, isn't he from the PFL UAE shows and stuff like that? All the shows they've done in Dubai and all that. Now he was
on the main season as well, but then he got bounced over there. I'm going with Josh Fremd.
I am too, and I think I'm going to take him by finish in the second round by TKO. What do you think?
I like it. I'm going decision.
All right. Next fight, we've got Postar Navaka versus Allura Dana. I don't know what version of Dana you're going to get, but dude, Postar has been around a long time internationally, all over the world. I don't see how she loses. What do you?
I'm going with Tatiana Pasternikova for sure.
By what?
Decision.
Yeah, same here. Ernesto Rodriguez. He's always fun, isn't he?
We got Starboy versus Masayuki Kikuri, who's also very fun. Unbiasedly, I can see Kikuri putting a pace on here and doing well in the striking, but I think Ernesto's wrestling is too good. I think he's going to grind him out and get a decision.
We're taking the same pick, 100%, my guy.
Next up, Robert Watley taking Dakota Harry Bush on. This is a good fight, man. Robert Watley, I believe he's on a couple fight win streak. Let's see here. Yeah, 5-fight win streak. Just knocked out Mads Burnell.
An older version of Burnell, right?
An older version of Burnell. He fought on CFFC. We know how good they are. You know what? I'm gonna take Dakota Bush.
I am too. You think he wins by finish?
Decision.
Okay. We agree there.
Next up, Natan Schultz versus Jacob Kazuba. I think I'm gonna take Kazuba here by decision.
I'm taking Kazuba as well. Let's roll with it.
Next up, Alan Bagoso taking this fight on short notice versus Jack Cartwright. Give me Jack Cartwright.
Yeah, I don't love Bagoso on short notice. Give me Cartwright as well. I'm taking him by decision, though. What do you think?
Agreed. I'm basically going all decision unless I say otherwise. And I say otherwise in this fight. I'm going Lazario Dayron versus Jacob Thal. Give me Dayron by knockout.
I'm taking him by knockout as well, but I think he does so in the second round. What do you think?
I think also the second round.
All right. another guy that we're familiar with in this next fight.
It's Alexei Pregande versus Julio Arce. As good as Julio Arce is, I think Alexei Pregande is the real deal. Give me Pregande.
I'm taking him too as well. Do you think he finishes him or no?
No. Decision. Next up, Ariana Lipski versus Sumiko Inaba. Give me Lipski.
Yeah, I'm taking Lipski as well.
In the co-main event, Dalton Rasta versus Impa Kasanganay. I'm going with my guy, Impa Kasanganay.
Yeah, I got to roll with Impa too. He's my guy as well, and I understand it's Dalton Rasta in Pittsburgh, but Impa's when Impa's 100%, he's a different beast, and I actually think he finishes Dalton, and I think it's later in the fight. I think it's round 3. What do you think?
I think it definitely. I like that a lot. Some of these betting odds, man, very interesting. Impa, the underdog. Lipski, slight favorite. Pregande, slight favorite. Lazario Dayron, minus 2,500. Cartwright and Bagosa's dead even at minus 113. Schulte is the slight favorite to Kazuba. Dakota Bush, plus 200 versus Robert Watley. Parstenakova is a dead even. Josh Frem's a slight favorite, and Duprat is a big favorite.
Okay, and then finally looking at the main event of the evening, Brian Battle, his introduction into the PFL, fighting the always dangerous, some argue the best middleweight in the world, Johnny Eblen. I like Eblen conservatively here by decision. What about you?
I like him too. What do you think the betting odds are for this fight?
I'd say Eblen, if I were to guess, and tell me if I'm wrong, minus 750 over Battle.
I mean, that's a little crazy, but it's minus 370. I thought this was about to be a pick'em.
Okay.
But yeah, minus 370 for Eblen.
You got him by decision, or what do you got him by?
Decision.
So did we pick?
I got Eblen decision, Impa decision, Silva decision, Pregande decision, Dayron finish, Cartwright decision, Kazuba decision, Bush decision, Rodriguez decision, Parstenakova decision, Fremd decision, Duprat finish.
So we have the same card. We picked the same card, right?
I think so.
There you go. So that's going to wrap it up for another edition of the MMA Outsiders. But before we go, Jack, I wanted to let you know that I am one fight better than you at 17-7 for PFL. You're sitting at 16-8. Just as a heads up.
Oh no! What are we combined?
That's what I just said. Or do you mean with UFC included?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! We'd have to do the quick math on that. So that would be, let's see, 17 plus 59, and 9 versus what is that? 44. So I don't know. Let's see here. Let's do some quick math on that. So like 76, and let's see. So then with that, so let's see, 76, and if that's going to be 9 on 44, so what, 50, 55, right?
55.
Yep. And then what about you? If you're 73-30, let's see here.
I would be 99 and I can't do quick maths.
Let's see. If you're you mean 99 and let's see. If it's 30, wouldn't that be 39 then? Right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So that's still pretty decent.
That's still pretty good.
That's not terrible, but nonetheless, though, that's going to do it. We've been on here for a little bit over an hour. That was episode 161 of the MMA Outsiders. He's Jack Gold. I'm Zain. And to Jack, as we get into the end of the show, any final words that you'd like to leave our listeners with as we move into what will be April the next time we do this very show next Thursday afternoon?
I'm excited for what we have coming up. We have April 4th at the Apex, Wahoo, and then we got Miami. Miami will be a good one.
Yeah, Miami will be a good one. That's also the same day as PFL Chicago, which neither of us will be in attendance for, but it's let's just say this, and we'll be a little bit more open and honest. Some very interesting with some big air quotes around that matchmaking on the entire card. So, well, I mean, I'm just going to say this. I'm not trying to be a hater. We'll even see remotely if that card stays together, because there's still a couple weeks, and you know how some of those guys are. Some of those cards that they announce weeks out.
Breaking news.
Oh, what do we got? What do we got?
Of UFC Miami.
Okay.
We have a fight announcement.
Okay.
A Chicago man. We got Charles Radke and Francisco Prado, April 11th. Charles Radke replacing Chris Alvidrez.
Okay. What do we think? Do we like Chuck Buffalo, or do we think Chuck Buffalo gets exposed? What do we think?
I think Chuck Buffalo wins this fight. I think he wins this fight. I don't think Prado's all that, to be honest with you. I think he's got a big head. I think he's going to get left hook Larry'd by Charles Radke.
And speaking of that, Jack, because I would be remiss if I neglected this, what made you feel good in MMA the past 2 weeks where we were going? And my guy, you always give me something. What do you got? What do you got this week?
Well, this week I almost just unplugged my whole situation here. But what was it this week that made me feel good? It made me feel good that Arnold Allen is active. I love watching him fight. I think it's great that UFC London sucked balls. That's not great, but it's okay. Some people won. I think the main event made people not feel so great. But you know what did make me feel good? I think Steven Asplund, even though he lost, his stock went up.
Okay.
I think same thing for Harry Hardwick. I think, I mean, nothing too crazy. Stock high, Kevin Vallejos, going to be a title
Kevin
champ.
Vallejos for sure. By the way, if they need a card in Mexico, he better headline it.
Well, he's Argentinian, so.
Well, that's true, but I don't think the UFC is going to Argentina anytime soon. So
I can see him going to Buenos Aires. They got Kevin Vallejos main event, Esteban Rivovic co-main event.
Hey man, it doesn't seem like they're planning to go to Buenos Aires anytime soon, though. That's kind of my whole point of saying that.
Did you think they were going to go back to Baku?
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I did.
Doubtful, but
when they make deals, they try to go as many years in a row as they can. So
I don't know, but that does it for the MMA Outsiders podcast. That's what made me feel okay this week and last week.
Yeah, it was certainly a good show. We will be back next week for episode 162. We'll recap everything that was UFC Seattle and PFL Pittsburgh as the UFC returns home to Las Vegas for an Apex card that I'm sure we will crap all over. And I'm sure by the time that we talk to you guys in 2 weeks, that we'll be talking about that Apex card as one of the best cards of the whole year, because that's the vibe that the UFC is giving off. 1 week, the card's really good. The next week, the card is really bad. and we don't know what version of the UFC we're going to get. Some people on Twitter think these days that they're more of a private equity firm these days than anything else, where they just try to put out as much content as possible. But that's a longer discussion for another episode. He's Jack Gold. And let's cue the outro and get out of here. Have a great Thursday, everyone. Enjoy the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 that are coming up in the next 4 or so days to figure out who the heck is going to the Final Four in Indianapolis. And until next week, hope you all have a good one. We'll catch you guys soon. And thanks again for all of your guys' support, because we couldn't do it without all of you. But until next week, we will see you for episode 162. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. And thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Thank you again.
Love y'all.